137. Iris Calloway counted bruises the way other women counted blessings. Purple blooms across her ribs. 14. Yellow-green shadows on her left thigh. 23. Dark fingerprints wrapped around her upper arm. 5 perfect ovals. She stood in front of the cracked bathroom mirror. 3:47 a.m. The only time she had alone. The only time she could inventory the damage. Because Garrett Blackwell liked to spread his work across her body like a painter signing his canvas. Because he wanted her to remember. Every single day, who owned this town? Who owned her? Except he didn't, not really. Iris pressed 2 fingers against the newest bruise, left side below the 6th rib. She winced, fresh, maybe 8 hours old, yesterday's price for today's survival. The math was simple. 1 beating equals 1 day Jonah stays invisible. 1 broken promise to hit back equals 1 more morning her little brother wakes up breathing. Simple. Brutal. Worth it. She pulled on a high-necked thermal shirt. Long sleeves, even in June. Montana summers meant 80 degrees by noon, but Iris dressed for November year-round. Coverage wasn't vanity, it was strategy. The trailer door creaked behind her. Iris didn't turn. She knew that particular squeak. The one that meant a 12-year-old boy was trying very hard to be quiet and failing. "You're up early," she said. Soft. The voice she saved only for him. Jonah appeared in the doorway, hair sticking up in 7 different directions, growth spurts hitting him like freight trains lately. Already 5'4", towering over most boys his age, which was a problem, because Omegas didn't tower. They shrank. "Couldn't sleep." He rubbed his eyes, looked at her in the mirror, saw something in her face. "You're counting again." Not a question. Iris forced a smile. "Just taking inventory." "That's not funny." "Little bit funny." "Iris, go back to bed, Joe." But he didn't move, just stood there in his 2 small pajama pants, faded blue flannel with cartoon wolves on them. She'd bought them 3 years ago, back when things were different, back when she thought they might escape. "I heard you last night," Jonah said. Quiet. When he came over, Iris's hand stilled on the sink. "You were supposed to be at Marcus's house. I came back early." "Why?" "Because I knew he'd be angry." Jonah's voice cracked. 12 years old and trying so hard to sound brave. Council rejected his petition again. 3rd time this month. I knew he'd stop. I could have helped. I could have. "Jonah, stop." She turned, faced him fully. This boy who was becoming a man too fast, who wanted to be a hero when all she needed was for him to stay small, stay hidden, stay alive. "What's the rule?" Iris asked. Jonah looked at the floor. "Never use it unless you're dying. And never ever use it to save you." The words tasted like poison in his mouth. She could see it, the way his jaw clenched, the way his fists balled at his sides. 12 years old and already learning what helplessness felt like. She'd taught him that. She'd had to. Iris crossed the small bathroom, cupped his face in both hands, made him look at her. "You know why, right? Because if Garrett sees what you can do, really sees it, he won't just kill you, Joe. He'll use you." She'd explained this 100 times, 1,000, but she'd explain it 10,000 more if that's what it took. "There are men out there who would pay actual money for a healer." Her thumbs brushed his cheekbones. "Wars don't stop for treaties. Battles don't care about councils. And a boy who can heal wounds in minutes would never get to be just a boy," Jonah finished, reciting the script they'd practiced. "Exactly." She kissed his forehead. "Let go. Now go. Sleep. Real sleep this time. You've got kitchen duty at 7. Jonah hesitated, opened his mouth like he wanted to say more, then closed it, nodded, walked back to his room. Iris waited until she heard his door click shut. Then she gripped the sink with both hands. Breathed. 1, 2, 3. Counted bruises in her head instead of out loud. 137. 137 times she'd stood between Garrett's fists and Jonah's secret. 137 times she'd won, and she'd keep winning, until she couldn't anymore. Moonridge Commune wasn't on any official map. Technically, it existed. A collection of 12 buildings scattered across 40 acres of Montana forest land, north of Whitefish, south of the Canadian border. tucked into the Flathead National Forest like a secret someone forgot to tell. The humans who stumbled across it saw what they were supposed to see. Private spiritual retreat. Weird hippies who liked living off-grid. Nothing worth investigating. The wolves who lived there knew different. This wasn't a sanctuary. It was a cage with better marketing. Garrett Blackwell ran Moonridge the way dictators ran small countries, with charm for the cameras and violence for the citizens. He'd built this place 15 years ago, right after the Great Displacement, right after the Western Territories fractured, right after hundreds of packless wolves needed somewhere to go. And Garrett, being Garrett, saw opportunity. He'd offered safety, protection, a place to belong, for a price. The price was obedience, total, unquestioning. You followed Garrett's rules or you left, except no one left, because leaving meant going back out there, to the territories that didn't want displaced wolves, to the packs that saw refugees as weakness. So they stayed. And Garrett ruled. Iris pulled on her work boots. The left one had a hole near the toe. She'd been meaning to patch it for 6 months. But patch kits cost money, and money went to Jonah's contact lenses. Always Jonah's contact lenses. The brown ones that hid the silver gray nobody could see. She grabbed her jacket, stepped out into the Montana morning. Cold even in June. Frost still clinging to the pine needles. The whole commune smelled like wet earth and wood smoke. Smelled like prison. The main hall sat in the center of the compound. 2 stories, log construction, built to look rustic and welcoming. Lies. Everything about this place was lies. Iris walked the dirt path, past the dormitory buildings, past the garden plots, past the garage where Fletcher kept Garrett's trucks. Fletcher. She hated that name. Hated the man who wore it. Garrett's enforcer, his right hand, the one who carried out punishments when Garrett didn't want to dirty his own knuckles. Fletcher was worse than Garrett in some ways, because Garrett at least had the decency to be angry when he hit you. Fletcher smiled. "Morning, Iris." She flinched, hadn't seen him standing there, leaning against the garage, smoking a cigarette even though Garrett had banned smoking on commune grounds. "Rules for thee, not for me." "Fletcher." She didn't slow down, didn't stop. "You're walking funny." "Am I?" Left side favoring it. "Twisted my ankle in the garden yesterday." "That right." He took a long drag, exhaled smoke through his nose. "Funny, I twisted my ankle once. Didn't leave fingerprints." Iris kept walking. "Your brother's getting tall," Fletcher called after her. She froze, turned. Fletcher grinned. All teeth, predator recognizing prey. "Real tall for an Omega. Genetics are unpredictable." "Are they, though?" This was a test. She knew it. Fletcher didn't do casual conversation. Every word was a trap. "What do you want, Fletcher?" "Nothing." He dropped the cigarette, crushed it under his boot. "Just making observations, like how Jonah doesn't get sick. Ever. Last winter, flu ripped through the whole commune. 23 people down, but not your brother. He has a strong immune system." "Strong, yeah, that's one word for it." Fletcher pushed off the wall, walked toward her, slow, deliberate. Iris's hand found the knife in her pocket, small, folding, barely 4 inches. Not enough to stop Fletcher if he really came at her, but enough to make him think twice. "You got something to say?" she asked. "Me, nah." He stopped 3 feet away, close enough she could smell the tobacco on his breath. "But Garrett, he's been watching, asking questions. About how a scrawny Omega kid grows 6 inches in 8 months. About how that same kid never bruises when he falls. About how he seems real. Damn, healthy. For someone who's supposed to be bottom of the food chain." Ice slid down Iris's spine. "Garrett's paranoid," she said, steady voice, steady hands, even though everything inside her was screaming. "He sees threats everywhere." "Maybe," Fletcher tilted his head. "Or maybe he's starting to see the truth." He turned, walked away. Threw one last comment over his shoulder. "Kitchen duty starts at 7. Don't be late." Iris stood there, alone in the cold, counting her heartbeats until they slowed. The memory came without permission. It always did. Iris was working the kitchen, same as now, different building. Garrett hadn't built the new hall yet. Jonah was 9. Small for his age then, all knees and elbows. Big eyes, bigger fear. He'd been outside playing, or trying to. The other Omega kids didn't really play with him. They sensed something different. Even if they couldn't name it, wolves knew, always. Iris had been chopping vegetables. Carrots. She remembered the carrots specifically because the knife slipped, cut deep into her left palm, blood everywhere. She'd sworn, grabbed a dish towel, wrapped it tight, and then Jonah came running. Iris, Iris, I felt. He stopped, saw the blood. His eyes went wide. It's okay, she'd said. Just a cut, nothing serious. But Jonah wasn't listening. He grabbed her hand. Both of his small hands wrapped around hers. Joe, what are you heat? Sudden, intense, like fire without burning. The pain stopped. Just stopped. Jonah let go. Iris unwrapped the towel. The cut was gone. Not healed, not scabbed. Gone. Like it never happened. They'd stared at each other. 9-year-old boy and 21-year-old sister, both knowing everything just changed. Dr. Silas Greaves found them 10 minutes later, standing in the kitchen, frozen. The old doctor took one look at Iris's hand, one look at Jonah, and shut the door. How long? He asked. Just now, Iris whispered. First time. I think so. Silas pulled up a chair, sat down heavy, ran both hands through his gray hair. You know what this means? It wasn't a question. He's a healer, Iris said. Not just any healer. Silas looked at Jonah, really looked. Royal bloodline, the old kind, the ones from before the territories formed. I thought those were extinct. Thought wrong. The doctor explained it then, in terms a 9-year-old could understand, in terms that made Iris's blood run cold. Royal bloodlines weren't just rare, they were valuable. Healers could seal wounds in minutes, cure infections, bring people back from the edge of death. In peacetime, that was a gift. In war, that was a weapon. If Garrett finds out, Iris started, he'll sell the boy. Silas cut her off. There's a market, underground, for gifted wolves. Healers go for 6 figures minimum, maybe 7 if the buyer's desperate. Jonah made a small sound. Fear. Iris pulled him close. Then we hide it, she said. How? I don't know, but we do. Silas studied her, this young woman with more courage than sense. This girl who'd been raising her brother since their parents died in a territory dispute 5 years prior. I'll help, he said, finally, whatever you need. What I need is time. Time for what? To figure out how to get us out of here. That was 3 years ago. They were still here. The failed escape happened in January. Brutal cold. -15 at night. Iris had saved for 2 years, working 4 jobs. Kitchen duty, laundry, garden maintenance, cleaning Garrett's personal quarters. Every spare dollar went into a coffee can buried behind the trailer. $4,200, enough for bus tickets, enough for first month's rent somewhere, anywhere, far from Montana, far from Garrett. She'd planned it carefully, or so she thought. January 15th, middle of the night, Jonah bundled in 3 layers, backpacks packed light. Everything they owned fit in 2 bags. Pathetic, but portable. They'd made it to the tree line, maybe half a mile from the Commune border, the place where Garrett's authority ended and National Forest began. Almost free. Almost. Fletcher's truck came out of nowhere, headlights cutting through the dark, engine roaring. Iris grabbed Jonah, shoved him into the trees. Run. Not without you. Jonah, run, now. He ran, thank God, he ran. Fletcher caught Iris before she made it 20 yards, dragged her back by her hair. Garrett was waiting. He didn't yell, didn't rage. That would have been better. Instead, he smiled. You disappoint me, Iris. He'd been holding a tire iron, rusty, heavy. He swung it once, caught her right forearm. The crack echoed in the cold night. Iris screamed, dropped to her knees. Garrett crouched down, got real close, whispered in her ear. You think you can leave? You think there's anywhere you can go that I won't find you? Please, this is your home. I gave you that. Food, shelter, safety, and this is how you repay me. Another swing, different angle, same arm. Something else broke. You're mine, Iris. You and that strange little brother of yours. Mine. You understand? She nodded. Barely. Through the pain. Good girl. He stood, walked away, left her in the snow. Fletcher picked her up, drove her to Dr. Silas's cabin, dumped her on the porch like trash. The doctor set her arm, both bones broken, radius and ulna, clean breaks but bad. Jonah wanted to heal her, begged. Iris said no. If you heal it, if it's perfect in the morning, Garrett will know. I don't care. I care. She grabbed his hand with her good one, squeezed. This is exactly what I'm protecting you from. You heal me. Garrett sees. And then he'll break you just to watch you fix yourself, Jonah cried. Iris didn't, couldn't, not yet. 6 months later, her arms still ached when it rained, still didn't bend quite right. A permanent reminder, you don't leave Moonridge. Iris worked the kitchen like a machine. Chop, stir, plate, serve. Breakfast for 63 people. 3 seatings, starting at 7. Her hands moved on autopilot, muscle memory, because her mind was elsewhere. On Fletcher's words, on Garrett's suspicions, on the fact that Jonah was running out of time. He was growing too fast, too tall, too healthy. Everything an Omega wasn't supposed to be. Wolves noticed. They always did. Iris, she looked up. Dr. Silas stood in the doorway, white coat, stethoscope around his neck. He looked older lately, tired. Needs something, Doc. A word when you're done. I'm done now. She wiped her hands on her apron, followed him outside. They walked to his cabin, small, 1 room, books stacked everywhere, medical journals, old paperbacks, a lifetime of learning crammed into 400 square feet. Silas closed the door, locked it. We have a problem. Just one? Iris tried to smile, failed. Garrett called me this morning, wants a full physical on Jonah. Her stomach dropped. When? Tomorrow. Can you fake the results? I can try, but Iris, he's asking for blood work. Genetic markers, the full panel. So give him fake blood. From where we'd need another Omega's blood, someone Jonah's age, someone whose markers won't raise flags. Iris paced, small room, 3 steps one way, 3 steps back. There has to be a way. There might be, but you need to know something else. Silas sat down heavy. Northern Council's sending an investigator. Iris stopped. What audit? Full inspection. Someone filed a complaint. Said Moonridge is holding displaced wolves against their will. Council's taking it seriously. When 3 days. Who's coming? Silas pulled out a piece of paper. Read the name. Lord Cassian Winterbourne, Northern Territories, Head of Refugee Compliance. The name meant nothing to Iris. Should it? Is that bad? She asked. Depends. Silas folded the paper. Winterbourne's got a reputation, fair but ruthless. If he finds violations, real ones, he can dissolve the commune, force relocation. That might not be terrible. Where would Jonah go back into territory systems with his gift Iris? Those systems are what created the market for healers in the first place. She hadn't thought of that. So what do? We survive the audit, keep Jonah hidden, and pray Winterbourne's as fair as they say. Day 1 of 3. Iris scrubbed floors, washed windows, made Moonridge look like the paradise Garrett pretended it was. Watched Jonah, made sure he stayed small, stayed quiet, stayed invisible. Day 2 of 3. Garrett got more paranoid, more violent, more desperate, because if the audit failed, if Winterbourne found proof of violations, Garrett lost everything, and Garrett didn't lose well. Day 3 of 3, the morning Cassian Winterbourne arrived. It rained. Cold rain, June rain, the kind that turned Montana dirt into mud soup. Iris stood with the other commune members. Lineup, mandatory. Garrett wanted everyone present, wanted to show strength, show unity, show lies. She kept her head down, rain plastering her hair to her face. Thermal shirts soaked through, bruises aching in the cold. The vehicles came at 9, 3 black SUVs, government plates, Northern Territory insignia on the doors. They parked in formation, doors opened. And Iris's whole world shifted, because the man who stepped out, this Cassian Winterbourne, he wasn't what she expected. She'd pictured bureaucrat, soft hands, softer spine. This man was neither. Tall, 6'3", maybe more. Broad shoulders, dark hair, longer than regulation. Pushed back from a face that looked carved. Sharp jaw, sharper features, eyes that cut straight through. He wore black, simple. Tactical boots, cargo pants, jacket that probably cost more than Iris made in a year. But it was the way he moved. Predator, alpha, absolute. Garrett stepped forward, big smile, extended hand. Lord Winterbourne, welcome to Moonridge. We're honored. Cassian didn't shake. He looked past Garrett, scanned the lineup of Commune members. His gaze moved methodically, face after face, assessing, cataloging, and then he stopped. On Iris. Their eyes met. Something happened. She couldn't explain it, couldn't name it, but the air changed, charged, electric. Cassian's expression flickered. Just for a second. Surprise, maybe, or recognition. Except they'd never met, she was sure. The moment stretched, rain falling, 63 people standing silent, and Iris, looking at the stranger, feeling like she knew him, like she'd been waiting for him, which was insane, completely insane. Cassian broke eye contact first, turned to Garrett. I'm here to conduct an investigation, not accept hospitality. Where's your administrative office? Garrett's smile tightened. Of course, right this way. The Northern Lord walked past Iris, close, so close she could smell. Pine, cedar, something else, something wild, something that made her wolf. That part of her that had been silent for years, beaten into submission, suddenly woke up. Iris stood in the rain, watched Cassian Winterbourne disappear into the main hall, and knew, with absolute certainty, everything was about to change. 3 hours later, Iris scrubbed the same pot for the 4th time, not because it was dirty, because her hands needed something to do, something other than shake. You okay? Jonah appeared beside her, drying dishes, looking concerned in that way 12-year-old boys shouldn't have to look concerned. Yeah, you've been washing that pot for 10 minutes. It's very dirty. It's clean enough to perform surgery on. Iris set it down, harder than necessary. Water splashed. Sorry. What's wrong? Everything. Nothing. I just met someone and my wolf woke up for the first time in 3 years, and also he's a government investigator, and also we're trying to hide you, and also I think I'm losing my mind. Nothing, she said, just tired. Jonah didn't believe her, she could tell, but he didn't push. Her brother, always knowing when to let things go. The door to the kitchen swung open. Fletcher walked in. Of course he did. Iris Calloway. She didn't turn around. That's my name. Garrett wants to see you. Her stomach clenched. Now. No, next Thursday? Yes, now. Jonah's hand found hers under the water. Squeezed once. Quick. She squeezed back, let go, dried her hands on a towel, followed Fletcher out. Garrett's office occupied the entire 2nd floor of the main hall. Excessive, but that was the point. Everything Garrett did was about dominance, about reminding people who held power. Iris climbed the stairs. Each step made her ribs ache. The newest bruise, the one from 2 days ago, still fresh. Fletcher opened the door, gestured her inside. Garrett sat behind a massive oak desk. Paperwork spread everywhere. He looked up when she entered, smiled. That smile, the one that made her skin crawl. Iris, sit. She sat. Fletcher stayed by the door, arms crossed, blocking the exit, standard intimidation. I have a job for you, Garrett said. Okay. Lord Winterbourne needs someone to show him around, give him access to records, facilitate interviews. Iris's pulse kicked up. You want me to be his guide? Exactly. Why me? Because you're personable, trustworthy, and you know every inch of this commune. Translation. You're expendable, and if something goes wrong, you take the fall. What about my kitchen duties? Covered, this takes priority. Garrett leaned back in his chair, studied her. 3 days, you'll accompany Lord Winterbourne to every interview, every inspection, every meeting. You'll be helpful, cooperative, and you'll report back to me everything he says. Ah, there it was. You want me to spy on him? I want you to be my eyes and ears. There's a difference. Not really. Garrett's smile vanished. Are we going to have a problem, Iris? No, then good, because I'd hate for Jonah to lose kitchen duty too. He's finally getting useful. Threat received, loud and clear. Iris stood. When do I start? Tomorrow, 6 a.m. Lord Winterbourne wants to begin early. Understood. She turned to leave. Russ? She stopped, didn't turn around. Don't embarrass me. 6 a.m. came too fast. Iris stood outside the main hall, coffee in a thermos, notepad in her pocket, hair pulled back. She dressed carefully, long sleeves, high collar, jeans instead of leggings because they hid the bruises on her thighs better. Armor. The door opened. Cassian Winterbourne stepped out. He'd changed clothes, different jacket, same boots, same piercing gaze that saw too much. Miss Calloway. He knew her name. Of course he knew her name. He'd probably memorized everyone's name before he arrived. Lord Winterbourne. Just Cassian, please. She nodded, didn't trust her voice. Because standing this close, in the early morning light, she could see details she'd missed yesterday. The scar through his left eyebrow. Small, old. The way he held himself. Controlled. Like every movement was calculated. The breadth of his shoulders, which, okay, not relevant, but her traitorous brain noticed anyway. I appreciate you taking time to help with the audit, Cassian said. I was assigned. Against your will. Does it matter? Yes. The honesty in that single word caught her off guard. She looked at him. Really looked. Found something unexpected. Concern. Genuine concern. When was the last time someone looked at her like that, Dr. Silas? Maybe. No one else. I'm here, she said. Let's make it count. Day one of the audit was interviews. Cassian had a list. 37 names, alphabetical order. He worked methodically. Same questions for everyone. How long have you been at Moonridge? Why did you come? Do you feel safe? Are you free to leave if you choose? Most people gave the same answers. Rehearsed, approved by Garrett. Iris sat in the corner, taking notes, watching, and trying very hard not to watch Cassian. But it was impossible, because the man was magnetic. Not in a flashy way, in a quiet, powerful, absolutely in control way. He listened when people spoke, really listened, leaning forward, eye contact, like their words mattered. Most of them weren't used to that, being heard. Iris saw it in their faces, the surprise, the confusion, and sometimes the hope. The interviews took all morning. Lunch break at noon. Cassian closed his laptop, looked at Iris. You haven't eaten. I'll survive. You brought coffee? No food. Coffee counts. It's liquid. Liquid food. The corner of his mouth twitched. Almost a smile. Almost. There's a cafeteria. Let me buy you lunch. You don't have to. I know I don't have to. I want to. Something in his tone, soft, kind, made her chest tight. Okay, she heard herself say. The cafeteria was empty. Lunch rush over. Just them and the kitchen staff cleaning up. Cassian got her a sandwich. Turkey, avocado, whole wheat. Got himself the same. They sat by the window, rain still falling outside. Always raining. Iris took a bite, realized she was starving. When did you last eat? Cassian asked. Yesterday. Yesterday when? Breakfast, maybe. He frowned. You need to take better care of yourself. I manage. You keep saying things like that. Because it's true. Is it? Those eyes, fixed on her. And Iris felt. Exposed, like he could see through the long sleeves, through the careful posture, through every lie she'd ever told. Why do you care? She asked. Cassian set down his sandwich, leaned back. Because, Miss Calloway, Iris. Iris, he said her name carefully, like it meant something. Because I've been doing this job for 5 years. I've audited 43 communes, inspected 62 territory boundaries, interviewed thousands of displaced wolves. And I've gotten very good at seeing what people try to hide. Her pulse kicked up. I'm not hiding anything. Everyone's hiding something. The question is why. She should have deflected, should have made a joke, changed the subject. Instead, she asked, what are you hiding? Cassian blinked, surprised. Good, let him be off balance for once. I'm hiding the fact that I hate this job. Not what she expected. Why do you do it then? Because someone has to. He picked up his coffee. And because, in 43 audits, I've found 17 violations, shut down 9 communes, relocated 431 wolves to safer situations. 431. I counted. Why? Because they're not numbers. They're people. And people deserve to be counted. Something shifted in Iris's chest. This man, this stranger, talking about displaced wolves like they mattered, like she mattered. Dangerous. So dangerous. We should get back to work, she said. Afternoon interviews went faster. Cassian had a rhythm. Question, listen, note, next. But Iris noticed something. He kept glancing at her when he thought she wasn't looking. Quick looks, assessing, and once. When she shifted in her chair, favoring her left side where the ribs still ached, his jaw tightened. The interview wrapped at 4. Cassian stood, stretched. Iris tried not to notice the way his shirt pulled across his shoulders. Failed, completely failed. Tomorrow we'll do facility inspections, he said. Dormitories, kitchen, medical. Medical, Dr. Silas, who kept records, secret records, about Jonah. Sounds good, Iris said, voice steady. You okay to walk me back to the guest quarters? Sure. They left the main hall, walked through the commune. Rain had stopped. Finally, but everything smelled wet, pine and mud. Can I ask you something? Cassian said. You've been asking things all day. This is personal. She tensed. How personal? Why do you flinch when Garrett enters a room? Iris stopped walking. Cassian stopped too, turned to face her. I don't. You do, this morning. He came into the interview room. You flinched. Small. But I saw it. Maybe I was startled. Were you? Yes, you're lying. You don't know me well enough to. Your heart rate spikes when he's near. Your breathing changes. You shrink, like you're trying to disappear. How did he? How could he possibly? You're very observant, she managed. It's my job. Must be exhausting, seeing everything. It is. He stepped closer, especially when what I'm seeing is someone in pain. I'm not Iris, her name, again. Soft, careful. I can smell old blood under your perfume. I can see the way you favor your left side, the way your right arm doesn't straighten completely. Oh God, he knows. He knows, and I'm done. We're done. Jonah's done. I fell, she said. Automatic. The lie she'd practiced 1,000 times. You fell. Yes, multiple times. I'm clumsy. Are you? Not a question, a challenge. Iris looked at him, this man, this stranger, who saw too much and made a choice. What do you want me to say? Her voice came out harder than intended. You want me to admit something, yeah. I bruise easily, I heal slowly, and sometimes I'm in pain. So what? So let me help. You can't help. Why not? Because helping me means asking questions. Questions lead to Jonah, and Jonah is the one thing I will never, ever risk. Because, Lord Winterbourne, some things can't be fixed. She walked away, left him standing there, and didn't look back. Iris couldn't sleep. She lay in her narrow bed, staring at the ceiling, counting water stains instead of bruises. Jonah was asleep in the next room. She could hear his breathing, slow, even, safe. For now, her mind kept replaying the conversation with Cassian, the way he'd looked at her, like he cared, which was impossible. They'd known each other for one day. People didn't care in one day. Except her wolf had woken up after 3 years of silence. That meant something, didn't it? And terrifying. Because connection meant vulnerability, meant trusting someone with everything, meant a sound outside. Iris sat up, footsteps, heavy, multiple people. She got out of bed, pressed her ear to the door. Voices, low, urgent. Iris couldn't sleep. She lay in her narrow bed, staring at the ceiling, counting water stains instead of bruises. Jonah was asleep in the next room. She could hear his breathing, slow, even, safe. For now. Her mind kept replaying the conversation with Cassian, the way he'd looked at her, like he cared, which was impossible. They'd known each other for one day. People didn't care in one day, except her wolf had woken up after 3 years of silence. That meant something, didn't it? And terrifying, because connection meant vulnerability, meant trusting someone with everything, meant a sound outside. Iris sat up, footsteps, heavy, multiple people. She got out of bed, pressed her ear to the door. Voices, low, urgent. Fletcher's voice. Saw it with my own eyes, in the woods behind the north cabins. Another voice. Garrett, you're absolutely certain. Positive. The kid cut his hand on a branch. Deep gash. I watched it heal. Flesh closing up. Less than 2 minutes. No. Iris's blood turned to ice. So it's true, Garrett said. Quiet, controlled. After all these weeks of suspicion, it's finally confirmed. Weeks. He'd suspected for weeks. What do you want me to do? Fletcher asked. Bring him to me. Now, I want to see it myself. Footsteps, moving toward Jonah's room. Iris didn't think. She burst out of her room, slammed into Fletcher in the narrow hallway. Don't touch him. Fletcher grinned. Too late for that. He pushed past her, opened Jonah's door. The boy woke up, groggy, confused. What's Iris? It's okay, Joe. It's... Garrett appeared, grabbed Jonah by the arm, hauled him out of bed. Let's see it, Garrett said. See what? Jonah tried to pull away. The healing. Fletcher says you can heal, so heal. I don't know what you're... Garrett pulled out a knife. Silver blade. Before Iris could move, could scream, could do anything. He sliced across Jonah's forearm. Deep. Blood welled immediately. Jonah cried out. No! Iris lunged. Fletcher caught her, held her back. Watch, Garrett ordered. They all watched. Jonah, 12 years old, bleeding, terrified. His eyes met Iris's. She shook her head. Tiny movement. Don't. Please don't. But the pain was too much. The fear was too much. Jonah's survival instinct kicked in. Heat radiated from his arm. The wound started closing, flesh knitting together. In 90 seconds, the cut was gone. Only blood remained. Proof. Undeniable proof. Garrett smiled, that terrible, terrible smile. Well. He let go of Jonah. The boy stumbled. Iris broke free from Fletcher. Caught him. You've been hiding this, Garrett said. For how long? Iris held Jonah tight. Please, he's just a boy. He's a commodity. He's my brother. He's mine. Everyone in Moonridge is mine. Garrett crouched down, eye level with Jonah. Do you know what you're worth, kid, on the open market? Jonah said nothing. 7 figures, easy. Maybe 8 if I find the right buyer. And I've been making inquiries. 3 very interested parties, all willing to pay top dollar. You can't. I can, I will. Garrett stood. Fletcher, lock them both in the storage shed. I have calls to make. The storage shed was exactly what it sounded like. 10 by 12 feet, dirt floor, no windows, 1 door, locked from outside. Iris and Jonah sat in the dark, his head on her shoulder, her arms around him, both shaking. I'm sorry, Jonah whispered. I couldn't stop it. I know. It's okay. It's not okay. You told me. You told me never. Joe, stop. This isn't your fault. What's going to happen? Iris didn't answer, because she knew Garrett would sell him to whoever paid most. Military, maybe, or private security, or worse. Human trafficking for wolf abilities was rare, but it happened. And healers were gold. We'll figure something out, she said. Lies. She was so tired of lies. Hours passed, maybe 3, maybe 4. Hard to tell in the dark. Then, the lock rattled, door opened. Cassian Winterbourne stood silhouetted in moonlight. Come with me, he said, now. Iris didn't question, didn't hesitate. She grabbed Jonah's hand, followed Cassian out. He led them through the commune, staying in shadows, avoiding main paths, to a cabin on the far edge. Dr. Silas's cabin. The old doctor opened the door, ushered them inside. What's happening? Iris asked. Cassian locked the door, turned to face them. I know what you are, he said to Jonah. The boy pressed closer to Iris. How? She asked. Because I've been looking for you, for people like you, for 5 years. He pulled out a badge, different from his government ID. This one was silver, engraved, Royal Bloodline Protection Agency. I'm not just an auditor, Cassian said. I'm a hunter, but not the kind Garrett is. He sat down, gestured for them to do the same. Iris stayed standing. I hunt royal bloodlines to protect them, relocate them, give them sanctuary. How many have you found? Dr. Silas asked. 12. In 5 years, different abilities. Healers, seers, elementals, all hiding, all terrified. Where are they now? Iris asked. Safe, in the Northern Territories. We have a sanctuary, hidden, guarded, place where gifted wolves can live without fear. Jonah looked up at Iris, hope in his eyes. Why should we trust you? Iris asked. Because, Iris. Cassian stood, walked closer. If I wanted to harm you, I could have let Garrett keep you locked up, could have finished my audit, left tomorrow, pretended I saw nothing. Then why didn't you? He looked at her, really looked. Because the moment I saw you, standing in the rain, I knew. Knew what? That you were mine to protect. The word hung unspoken, but they both felt it. I can get you out, Cassian said. Both of you tonight, but you have to trust me. Garrett won't let us leave. Garrett doesn't get a vote. He has Fletcher and 20 other men loyal to him. I have Victor and Northern Territory Authority and a very low tolerance for people who hurt their own. Those eyes, burning now, with fury, controlled, focused, deadly. There's something else you should know, Dr. Silas said quietly. Everyone turned. The old doctor looked, older, tired. Garrett's suspicions, they didn't start tonight. He's been watching Jonah for weeks, ever since the boy grew 4 inches in 6 months. Iris's stomach dropped. You knew he suspected. I knew he was asking questions, running tests on other Omegas, trying to figure out what made Jonah different. And you didn't tell me. I was trying to find a way out before he got proof. Well, he has proof now. I know, I'm sorry. Silas looked at Cassian. There's more. Garrett's been in contact with buyers, black market dealers. He's been planning this, setting up an auction. Next week. Next week, Iris's voice cracked. He wanted confirmation first. Proof that Jonah's gift was real. Fletcher provided that tonight. Iris couldn't breathe, couldn't think. All this time, while she took beatings, while she played her part. Garrett had been planning weeks. I need air. She headed for the door. Cassian caught her arm, gentle but firm. It's not safe out there. I don't care. I do. She looked at his hand on her arm, looked at his face. Let go. Iris, let go or I scream and wake up the whole commune. Your choice. He let go. She walked out. The night was cold. Iris walked. No destination. Just away. Away from the cabin, the lies, the revelations. Away from the boy she couldn't save. She made it to the tree line, the place where commune property ended, the place where she tried to escape. 6 months ago, failed then, failing now, some protector she was. You're going to catch cold. Cassian's voice. Behind her, of course he followed. Go away. No, I want to be alone. I know you can't be. She turned, faced him. Why do you care? You don't know me. We met yesterday. Yesterday, and now you're, what? Playing hero? I'm not playing anything. Then what are you doing? I'm trying to help the woman who's been breaking herself into pieces for 3 years. To save her brother. The words hit like fists. You don't know. I know everything. Cassian stepped closer. Silas told me about the beatings, about the escape attempt, about the arm Garrett broke and you wouldn't let Jonah heal. Tears burned, hot, angry. He had no right. He was worried. He's been worried, and he's not the only one. You, what? Worried about me? After one day, yes. Why, because, Cassian's voice dropped, rough. Because when I saw you in that rain, looking at me, I felt it. Felt what? The pull, the recognition. And I have spent 5 years, Iris, 5 years building walls, staying distant, protecting bloodlines without getting attached. And one look at you shattered every single wall. The confession hung between them. Raw, honest, terrifying. I can't, Iris whispered. I can't do this. Can't feel this. Not now. When then, or Jim? Never. There is no when. There's only survival. You call what you're doing survival. You're dying slowly, one beating at a time. But Jonah's alive. For how long Garrett's selling him next week? You can't stop that. Not alone. Then I'll die trying. You don't have to. Cassian closed the distance between them, cupped her face in both hands, his touch, gentle, so gentle, like she was something precious, breakable. I came here for the audit, he said. Protocol, duty, that's all. And now I'm choosing you, both of you. Screw the audit. Screw protocol. I'm not leaving Moonridge without you. Iris closed her eyes, felt tears slip free. We're strangers. We're more than that, and you know it. That's not enough. It's everything. His thumb brushed her cheek, wiping tears. Let me help you. Please, let me do what I was born to do, protect you. She opened her eyes, found him. Right there, inches away. This man, this stranger, offering salvation. If we do this, she said, if we run, Garrett will hunt us. He has connections, resources. So do I. He's dangerous. I'm worse. Cassian, I have 13 royal bloodlines under my protection. 13 people who trusted me. Not one of them has been taken, hurt, or sold. Not on my watch. And I will die, Iris, before I let Garrett touch you or Jonah again. She believed him, God help her. She believed him. Okay, she whispered. Okay. Get us out, please. Cassian pulled her close, arms around her, strong, solid, safe, for the first time in 3 years. Iris let herself be held, and finally let herself hope. They returned to Dr. Silas's cabin. Cassian laid out the details. Maps spread across the table. Moonridge Commune marked in red, Canadian border marked in blue, 73 miles between them, 73 miles to freedom or death. We leave at 3 a.m., Cassian said. Victor's waiting at the north checkpoint with a transport. 2 vehicles, armed escort. Garrett has patrols, Iris said. I know. He has Fletcher. I know. He has also. Iris, Cassian looked at her. I know what we're up against. She wanted to believe him, wanted to trust this stranger who'd appeared out of nowhere and promised salvation. But trust required faith, and Iris's faith had died 3 years ago, buried in snow next to her broken arm. What about the others? Jonah asked. Small voice. 12 years old and already thinking about people beyond himself. Her brother, always thinking of others. What others? Cassian asked. The commune, the people. If we leave, if Garrett loses us, he'll take it out on them. Silence, because Jonah was right. Garrett always punished the group for individual failures. Collective suffering, maximum control. I'll handle it, Cassian said. How? By making sure Garrett doesn't get the chance. Something in his tone, cold, final, made Iris look up. What does that mean? It means after you're safe, I'm coming back with Northern Territory authority and shutting this place down. Garrett won't let you. Garrett doesn't get a vote. There it was again, that absolute certainty, that alpha command wrapped in controlled fury. Iris had spent 3 years watching Garrett rule through fear, watching Fletcher enforce through violence, but this was different. Cassian wasn't ruling. He was protecting, and somehow that was more powerful. 3 a.m., she said, we'll be ready. They weren't ready, because at 2:47 a.m., 13 minutes before extraction, Fletcher kicked in Dr. Silas's door. No warning, no hesitation, just violence. The old doctor went down hard, blood from his temple, unconscious before he hit the floor. Iris grabbed Jonah, shoved him behind her. Cassian moved faster, between them and Fletcher. Predator facing predator. Walk away, Cassian said, low, deadly. Fletcher grinned. Can't do that, Lord Winterbourne. Boss says these two stay. Your boss doesn't have authority here. Sure he does. This is his land, his commune, his property. People aren't property. Tell that to the 3 buyers flying in tomorrow. Cassian's jaw tightened. Tomorrow's canceled. Is it? Fletcher pulled a gun. Not silver bullets, tranquilizers, darts loaded, safety off, aimed at Jonah. Here's how this works, Fletcher said. You leave, finish your audit, file whatever report makes you feel good, and we keep the healer. No, Cassian said. No, I'm not leaving without them. Then I guess we have a problem. Fletcher's finger moved toward the trigger. Iris didn't think, didn't plan, just moved. Stepped in front of Jonah. Between her brother and the gun. Again. Always again. Iris, don't! Cassian reached for her. The dart fired, hit her shoulder, burned, cold fire spreading through her veins. Tranquilizer, heavy dose. Her knees buckled. Cassian caught her before she fell. You idiot, he breathed. You beautiful, stubborn idiot. Jonah, she managed, words slurring. Get Jonah out. I'm getting both of you out. Fletcher reloaded. Cute, real cute. But you're outnumbered, Lord Winterbourne. The door opened. 4 more men, Garrett's enforcers, all armed, all loyal. Stand down, one of them said, or we drop you where you stand. Cassian looked at Iris, at Jonah, at the odds. 5 against 1. Iris unconscious. Jonah terrified. Dr. Silas bleeding. Impossible odds. But Cassian smiled. Cold. Dangerous. You really should have checked my personnel file, he said. Why's that? Because before I was an auditor, I was Northern Territory Special Forces. 12 years, 400 missions, 0 failures. He moved. Faster than human. Faster than wolf. Pure, controlled. Lethal. First enforcer down in 3 seconds. Second down in 5. Fletcher fired. Missed. Cassian disarmed him with one hand. Broke his wrist with the other. Fletcher screamed. Third enforcer tried to run. Didn't make it to the door. Fourth enforcer surrendered. Smart man. Total elapsed time. 48 seconds. Cassian stood in the center of carnage, not even breathing hard. He looked at Jonah. Can you walk? The boy nodded, mute with shock. Good. Carry the medical bag. We're leaving. Cassian scooped Iris into his arms, like she weighed nothing, stepped over unconscious enforcers, paused at the door, looked back at Fletcher. The man was cradling his broken wrist, face pale, sweating. Tell Garrett, Cassian said, I'm taking them, and if he follows, I won't be this gentle. Victor was waiting at the north checkpoint, exactly as promised. Big man, scarred jaw, eyes that missed nothing. He took one look at Iris unconscious in Cassian's arms. Complications, Fletcher. Dead, no. Shame. Victor opened the back door of the first SUV. Cassian laid Iris across the seat, buckled her in, smoothed hair back from her face. How long until the trank wears off, Victor asked. 2 hours, maybe 3. Garrett will follow. I know. He has 20 men. I know. And we're 3. Cassian looked at Jonah. The boy stood frozen, clutching the medical bag. 12 years old and watching his world implode. We're 4, Cassian corrected. He knelt down, eye level with the boy. Jonah, I need you to be brave. Can you do that? I think so. Good. Get in the vehicle, stay low, and no matter what happens, don't use your power unless I say. Understand? Why not? Because right now, the only thing keeping you safe is Garrett not knowing where you are. If you heal someone, anyone, he'll sense it, track it. How, Gwen? Healers leave, signatures, energy traces like breadcrumbs. Jonah's eyes went wide. I didn't know. Now you do. So, no healing, not until we cross the border. The boy nodded, climbed into the SUV. Cassian stood, looked at Victor. You drive, I'll shoot. My favorite division of labor. They got in, engines started, and they ran. Garrett caught them at mile marker 42, 31 miles from the border, 31 miles from safety. His convoy came out of nowhere, headlights cutting through pre-dawn darkness. 6 trucks, 20 men, armed, all angry. Victor cursed. They were waiting. Spy in my crew, Cassian said. Had to be. Think they'll negotiate? No. Me neither. The first truck swerved, tried to ram them. Victor jerked the wheel, avoided collision by inches. This is gonna get messy, he said, in the back seat. Iris stirred, consciousness returning. Slow, groggy. She opened her eyes, saw Jonah. You, okay. I'm okay, Iris. Where, are we running? Cassian said from the front. Stay down. She tried to sit up, failed. Tranquilizer still in her system. Garrett, behind us. Gunfire, sudden, loud. Bullets hitting the reinforced back window. Spiderweb cracks, but holding. Bulletproof glass, Victor said. Rated for 50 rounds. Another volley. More cracks. What happens after 50? Jonah asked. We find out. Iris forced herself upright, head spinning, vision blurred. But she could see, through the back window, Garrett's convoy, gaining. We need to stop them, she said. Working on it, Cassian replied. He leaned out the window, fired. 3 shots, 3 tires, one of Garrett's trucks spun out, crashed into the ditch. 5 left, Victor said. I can count. More gunfire. The second SUV, the one behind them carrying supplies, took heavy hits. Driver slumped. Vehicle swerved, flipped, rolled 3 times, stopped, didn't move again. We just lost our backup, Victor said. Cassian said nothing, just reloaded, fired again, again. Each shot precise, calculated. But Garrett had more men, more vehicles, more bullets, and they were gaining. Iris looked at Jonah, her little brother, 12 years old, scared, trying so hard to be brave. 3 years. She'd protected him for 3 years. One beating at a time, one sacrifice at a time. And now she was going to lose him anyway. Unless. Stop the car, she said. What? Cassian looked at her in the rearview mirror. Stop the car. Iris, no, they want us, me and Jonah. If we surrender, you and Victor can leave. I'm not leaving you. You have to. No. Cassian. No. Another impact. Direct hit to the back bumper. The SUV fishtailed. Victor compensated. Barely. We're not going to make it, Iris said. Flat. Factual. We will. How shall I don't know yet, but I didn't survive 400 missions to die in Montana. So, stay down and let me work. Bossy, commanding, alpha to the core. And somehow, despite everything, Iris wanted to kiss him. Checkpoint ahead, Victor said. In the distance, lights, the Canadian border crossing. Official, staffed, neutral ground. If they could reach it. If. Garrett's trucks accelerated, trying to cut them off, box them in, standard tactical maneuver. And it was working. We're not going to make it, Victor said. Yes, we are. Cassian pulled out his phone. Dialed. 1 ring. This is Winterbourne. Authorization code Delta 79er. I need immediate assistance. Canadian checkpoint. Hostile pursuit. Civilian casualties imminent. A pause, then. Confirmed ETA 3 minutes. He hung up. What was that? Iris asked. Backup. What kind of backup? The kind with helicopters. Sure enough, in the distance, rotors, 2 helicopters, Northern Territory insignia, searchlights blazing. They swooped low over Garrett's convoy. A voice boomed through speakers. This is Northern Territory Air Command. Stand down immediately or we will engage. Garrett's truck slowed, stopped, no choice. You didn't fight helicopters with handguns. Victor punched the gas. They crossed the checkpoint, into Canada, into safety. Behind them, Garrett stood into the road, watching, furious, helpless. Iris looked back, made eye contact through the shattered rear window, and smiled, small, victorious, free. They didn't stop until they reached the sanctuary, 4 hours north, deep in British Columbia wilderness. Place with no name on any map, just coordinates, hidden valley, surrounded by mountains, and home to 13 royal bloodlines, about to be 14. The compound was beautiful, nothing like Moonridge. This was light, space, safety, cabins spread across the valley, Gardens, training grounds, a central hall built from riverstone and timber. People emerged as they arrived, different ages, different backgrounds, but all watching, curious, hopeful. A woman approached, maybe 40, silver streaks in dark hair, kind eyes. "Cassian, you're back." "Meredith, meet Iris and Jonah Calloway." The woman smiled. "Welcome, you're safe now." Safe. Iris had forgotten what that word meant. Jonah climbed out of the SUV, looked around. "This is real, very real," Meredith said. "And we can stay, as long as you want." The boy started crying, 12 years old. Finally safe enough to cry. Iris pulled him close, felt her own tears, hot, relieved, overwhelming. Cassian stood back, giving them space, but watching, always watching. "Thank you," Iris said. He nodded. "I need to go back," he said. She froze. "What? To Moonridge. Finish what I started." "Garrett will kill you." "Garrett will try." "Cassian, I made a promise to 13 people that I would protect them, that I would never abandon someone who needed help. And there are 61 wolves still in that commune. 61 people who watched me get beaten for 3 years and did nothing. 61 people too scared to help. Fear doesn't make them guilty, Iris. It makes them human. Damn him. Damn him for being right." "When do you leave?" she asked. Two hours." "Will you come back?" He stepped closer, cupped her face, that gentle touch, like she was precious. "I will always come back to you." And then he kissed her. First kiss, soft, sweet, perfect. Every wall Iris had built, every defense, every reason to stay distant, shattered. When he pulled back, she was undone. 2 weeks, he said. "I'll be back in 2 weeks, with everyone from Moonridge who wants to leave. And then, if you'll have me, I'd like to try this. Us. Try what? Healing together." Cassian kept his promise. 2 weeks later, he returned, with 47 refugees and 3 prisoners. Garrett Blackwell, Fletcher, and the spy. One of Victor's own men, bought off by Garrett months ago. Northern Territory Council held a trial. Evidence overwhelming. Garrett faced charges: human trafficking, unlawful imprisonment, conspiracy, assault. The list went on. Fletcher faced the same. Guilty verdicts, both of them. The sentencing hearing was difficult. Iris attended, had to, needed to. Look Garrett in the eye one last time. He stood in chains, broken, defeated, nothing like the man who'd ruled Moonridge. The judge asked if anyone wanted to speak. Iris stood, walked to the front, faced him. 3 years, she said. "You beat me for 3 years." Garrett said nothing. 137 times, I counted. Every bruise, every broken bone, every time you made me feel worthless. Still nothing. "You know what I learned?" She stepped closer. "I learned that hurt people, and you, Garrett Blackwell, are the most hurt person I've ever met." His eyes flickered. Surprise, maybe. "So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to forgive you." "What?" The judge looked shocked. Garrett looked shocked. Everyone looked shocked. "I'm going to forgive you," Iris repeated. "Not because you deserve it. You don't. But because my brother, my beautiful, gifted, 12-year-old brother, is a healer. And his whole life, he's going to help people, save people, mend what's broken." She took a breath. "And I can't teach him to heal. If I choose revenge, I can't show him compassion. If I demand execution. So I'm choosing to let you live, to face your punishment, to maybe, someday, heal too." Silence. Complete silence. Then the judge spoke. "Life imprisonment with possibility of rehabilitation. 25 years minimum." Garrett was led away, broken but alive. Iris walked out, found Cassian waiting. He didn't say anything, just held her. "You're incredible," he whispered. "I'm exhausted." "I know. Is it over?" "Yes. Promise, I promise." Iris stood in the sanctuary's healing center, building she helped design, space dedicated to trauma recovery, physical, emotional, spiritual, place where survivors could learn they weren't broken, just healing. 14 people sat in chairs, ranging from 8 years old to 63, all royal bloodlines, all rescued, all learning to live again. Trauma doesn't define you, Iris said. Teaching, actually teaching, something she never thought she'd do. It's part of your story, but not the whole story. You are more than what happened to you. An older woman raised her hand. How do you know? Because 6 months ago, I couldn't lift my right arm above my shoulder. I flinched at loud noises. I counted bruises instead of blessings. And now, Iris lifted her arm. Straight up, no pain. Now I'm healing, not healed. Healing, there's a difference. She showed them her wrist. Small scars, from where Garrett broke it. Jonah had offered to remove them. Completely. She said no. These remind me, she said, not of the pain, but of what I survived, of why I survived, and who I became because of it. The session ended. People filed out, slowly, some smiling, some crying, all trying. Jonah appeared in the doorway, taller now, almost 5'7", growing like a weed. How'd it go? He asked. Well, Victor says I'm getting better. Control, focus, precision. He'd been training with 3 other healers, learning to direct his power, channel it, use it without depleting himself. You're amazing, you know that, Iris said. I learned from the best. Victor, you. He hugged her. 12, almost 13, but still, her little brother, always. Cassian's looking for you, Jonah said. Where? The overlook. Iris walked through the compound, past cabins, past gardens, to the ridge, where you could see everything. The whole valley, 14 survivors, 14 stories, all safe. Cassian stood at the edge, dark jacket, eyes that had softened when he looked at her. You wanted to see me, she asked. Always. She laughed. Smooth. I trust. He pulled her close, arms around her waist, chin resting on top of her head. I'm going back out, he said. Where? Idaho. Possible bloodline sighting. 15-year-old girl. Precognition abilities. When do you leave? Tomorrow. And you'll come back. Always. Promise? I promise. They stood there, watching the sun set. Over mountains. Over sanctuary. Over home. What are you thinking? Cassian asked. Iris leaned back, into his warmth, his strength, his certainty. I'm thinking that 6 months ago I was counting bruises and now I'm counting blessings. How many? 14 survivors, 1 sanctuary, 1 impossible man who keeps his promises, 1 brother who's going to change the world. That's 4. Quality over quantity. He laughed, deep, genuine, the sound she loved most. I love you, he said, first time, out loud, no taking it back. Iris turned, looked at him. This man, this protector. I love you too. They kissed, slow, deep, perfect. And for the first time, in 3 years, Iris felt whole, not healed, but healing. And that was enough. Northern lights danced overhead. Green, purple, silver, painting the sky, painting hope. Below, in the valley, lights flickered in cabin windows. 14 survivors, safe, learning, living. Jonah ran through the snow with 3 other young healers, laughing, actually laughing. Dr. Silas watched from his cabin porch, fully recovered, now serving as sanctuary physician. Meredith coordinated housing. Victor trained security. Everyone had a role, everyone mattered. This was family, not blood, chosen, and somehow, that made it stronger. Iris walked back to her cabin, small, cozy, hers, inside. Photos on the wall, not of bruises, but of moments. Jonah's first successful major healing, Sanctuary Harvest Festival. Cassian, returning from a mission, covered in mud, grinning. Her life, her real life. She sat on the bed, pulled out a journal. Dr. Silas suggested it. Writing, processing, healing. She opened to a new page, wrote, Day 183 of freedom. Today I taught 14 people that trauma doesn't define them. I think I finally believe it myself. Jonah grew another inch. I swear. Victor says he's going to be 6 feet by 16. My little brother who used to hide in corners is now standing tall, learning to lead with compassion instead of fear. Cassian leaves tomorrow, Idaho. He'll come back. He always does. The scars on my wrist caught sunlight today. For the first time, I thought they looked beautiful. Not because of the pain, but because they're proof. Proof I survived. Proof love is stronger than hate. Proof healing is always, always possible. Tomorrow, I'll teach again. I'll learn again. I'll count blessings instead of bruises. And I'll remember the strongest thing I ever did wasn't enduring the beatings. It was choosing forgiveness. It was choosing life. It was choosing hope. Because some stories don't end with revenge. They end with redemption, with healing, with love, and sometimes, just sometimes, the girl who counted bruises learns to count stars instead. She closed the journal, looked out the window, at the valley, at the lights, at the future, and smiled. Real smile, full smile, free smile.